Taurus, hello there, my beautiful friends. We're going to do your general tarot reading for mid-September 2024. Thank you so much for joining me today. You know I appreciate each and every single one of you. So let's get right down to business as always and start you off with an oracle card here, just so we could dip our toes in the energy and see what's happening for the lovely Taurus collective. Hope you're all doing fabulous and fantastic, my friends. Let's get it going. My guides and spirit team, what do we got for the Taurus collective here in mid-September? What energies, messages, insights can we pull for our good friends? And yeah, we're just going to take a real quick look at this first card, then we'll get into the full reading itself. At the very end, I'll pull you a bonus card from the Shadowland Tarot, just to see what might be in the shadows or what shadow work you can lean in on, which is always interesting. But let's get it going here. Let's rock and see what we got for Taurus in mid-September. What's happening? What is going on for my friends, please? Get this card out nice and quick. All right, thank you. All right, Queen of Cups type of energy, so water sign showing up here prominently. Now, again, that doesn't mean that you have to be connected to a water sign, but this is just a very powerful emotional theme. It's an overall theme, and usually Taurus energy works well with this watery type of vibe. Now, before we fully dive into that, if you're new here, I'll be speaking about the September subscriber surprise towards the end, so you might want to check that out. And also, if you could kindly illuminate that like button by tapping it right on its third eye, you know I'd greatly appreciate it. But enough of the promo, into the reading. Let's talk a little more in depth about this card. Now, yes, this deck is an oracle deck. It's not a tarot. But when I look at the imagery of this, it just screams Queen of Cups to me, like the foot dipped in the water, the whole nine. So to me, again, if you're not connected to a water sign, queens represent the internal aspects of their suit. So when we're talking water, we're talking imaginative, subtle, psychic energy. We're also speaking about love and romance, the realm of feeling. So this Queen of Cups, yeah, it could be someone trying to control their feelings. In a rough sense, for a portion of you, there might be certain things that you're trying to keep out of your mind or suppress when this card shows up. But generally, to me, I think of this as a very much in tune with their own feelings and emotions type of energy. This could represent a good friend. That's always a good shoulder to lean on. This could represent really intense, strong emotion when she shows up. Now, I always say with Queen of Cups energy, if that's floating around, it's very good to not suppress things and have one way or another to let strong emotions, feelings, or energy in general out, some sort of release. So whether it's creative things, whether it's physical activities, like when she shows up, there's an intensity to it. So we're just going to leave her there for now. Let's see what tarot has to say. And yeah, I always say the first card here, it doesn't make or break the reading. It's just a little footnote. So let's get you 3 cards in the upright. Then we'll get into that intuitive juiciness. Shuffle it up one time here for my beautiful Taurus friends. And while we get this deck shuffled up and ready to go, let's talk about last week's reading. It was fantastic. You did have some good energy. So even if you've been going through some trials and tribulations, the reading was titled An Unexpected Win. So that could bleed over for a couple weeks. And I always say wins come in all different shapes and sizes, whether they're monetary ones, whether they're emotional ones. It all really depends. So hopefully something good's coming your way if it hasn't already. But we're going to see what shows up this week. As you know, energy is very fluid. It's never set in stone. So only take this how it hits for you, because we could be seeing your vibe or someone that you're linked to. Let's get it going. 3 cards here for my Taurus friends, please. What is going on here in mid-September as the seasons are beginning to change? Okay, 8 of Swords, that's a little wound tight, huh? That is a little wound tight with that 8 of Swords. I'm not going to comment on it too much. Usually this is a fast-moving energy. That's one of the positives of it. But, let's get a couple more. Let's get a couple more. Thank you. Okay, so we have Temperance trying to calm something down. So this could be good, but one thing I will say about both of these energies, yours so far is presenting totally different than the other earth signs this week, whereas their energy felt like very fiery and volatile, lots of stuff happening. So far, your energy seems either calm or stalled out. Let's get a couple more. Because remember, we still have much to go, but when we go from 8 of Swords to Temperance, I mean, this could be a very caring type of energy, problem solving. And there she is, my friends. We went on a whole speech about her with that very first card, and she decides to show up within the reading itself. You gotta love tarot. I mean, tarot divination, there's a reason I love it so much, and the reason I do it. It just absolutely captivates me. But yeah, Queen of Cups is showing up there as well. So yeah, we're going to have a lot of things to look at here, Taurus. So let's go through. I'll give you some of the classical meanings and archetypes, and we'll get into that juicy intuitive stuff. But at first look, first glance, we do have a lot of internal energy showing up. Now, elementally, if we're being strict about it, we have some air, we have some fire with temperance, and we have some water. This is big Sagittarius energy here in the center. Now, this could be a lot of different areas of life, but once again, with the Queen of Cups there and the Eight of Swords here, these are both strong internal energies. And even with the Archangel Michael here in the center, notice there's a lot of water. So I feel for a lot of Tauruses, if there are any battles going on, a lot of them could be more internal than external, or whatever's going on in your outer world could really be affecting you in one way or another. So let's go through piece by piece and really start to build this out. There's a certain depth to this reading. Like, it's not super volatile and wild just yet. But position number one, we have the Eight of Swords. And I always say, yes, every card has positives and challenges. We see this individual, they're hoodwinked, they're blindfolded, surrounded by those swords. So for some Tauruses, watch out for cabin fever in this time. There could be certain situations that might have you feeling a little trapped or cornered. These are things you want to watch out for, because this is a card of imprisonment in one way or another. The Eight of Swords could be very much overthinking. So we could be talking stress, anxiety, anger, even when this card shows up. So we'll want to dig into it deeper. Luckily, there's an extremely soothing energy coming up after it. So whether you're doing this for someone else, whether someone else is doing this for you, this could be really positive. Now, the good thing about the Eight of Swords, and yes, it is very mysterious as well, the Eight of Swords is very fast moving. I already mentioned that. So when this card comes in, it leaves just as quick as it comes in. It's something that could be resolved quickly as well. And there's a certain liberation when this card shows up. So there could be a problem solved, or a situation that gets resolved in one way or another. We'll just have to look into it deeper, because again, this could be someone else's feelings. That doesn't even have to be yours. Moving to the center, we have Temperance. I already mentioned that Sagittarius energy, so maybe you're connected to one. Again, feels super soothing. And I get the Temperance card quite a bit for the Taurus collective. It's one of the most spiritual cards in the whole entire deck. And there's a lot of things that go into it. Now, at face value, if you're not connected to Saggy, Temperance is calming, it's soothing, it's about patience. Letting something just run its course is a big thing with the Temperance card. And from what I know of Taurus energy, it's one of the best signs at just letting something process how it needs to. Okay, like being patient while something runs its course. I don't know why it's coming through in that way. Now, Temperance, aside from that, very calming and soothing. Like I mentioned, there could be a problem-solving aspect, but highly, highly spiritual. It has Archangel Michael on it. So spiritual protection. Maybe you just need to hear that. Maybe you need that reassurance that you're being watched over and protected, which is a beautiful thing. But another thing I always say about this card, in its challenge, it could represent delays, it could represent issues, it could represent things that are trying your patience. So when we see the Eight of Swords and then we see the Temperance card, but there's a certain frustration here, whether it's coming from your side or somebody else's. Another thing, Michael is doing some spiritual alchemy there. Notice that cup to cup, moving some water. So there could be certain situations where it might seem calm, or that not much is going on, but underneath the surface, something's bubbling, and that's a perfect segue for the Queen of Cups. I already gave you the full lowdown about her when she came out as the Oracle. So again, water sign energy, control of emotional situations, could represent love, imagination, creativity, needing an outlet for that. But the big warning with her is suppression, okay? Because if you suppress things too long, this energy could flip, and there could be like an eruption of emotion or an overspill. Okay, I don't fully want to go that route just yet, but although the energies seem very calm and serene on the surface, there is an intensity to it in the undercurrent. That's something I'm starting to pick up. So I want to dive deeper on all of it, Taurus. Let's jump in and clarify. Let's get a good shuffle here. What do we got for my Taurus friends, please? What is happening? And yes, this is where I go intuitive with the message, which means I just tell you how it feels to me. So feel free to do further research or rely on your base knowledge of tarot, because as you know, every single reading is about the reader's interpretation, and I'm just giving you mine. Let's go in on that Eight of Swords. And yes, if you're a reader yourself, please feel free to play along. That's why the box is here. If you're feeling any messages you want to give to Taurus, you could drop it in the comments. I don't mind at all. Okay, Eight of Swords time. What's going on? And another thing I want to say here, like from what I know of Taurus, is usually, normally, very good at like keeping their composure through things. And that's kind of like the vibe I'm picking up here, is there's like somebody staying cool, calm, composed, but I feel like there could be something under the surface. So let's see what the Eight of Swords has. What? Yeah. All right, so there could absolutely be something weighing on you, whether this is a situation of some sort, an important or serious situation. I've been feeling that for a couple other signs. But we have the Ten of Wands, which is quite heavy. And this is presenting in a couple of different ways to me, so just take it however it hits. First and foremost, a portion of you may be stressing about physical health situations, whether for you or somebody else, like the Eight of Swords, the stress, and then the Ten of Wands is very much tapped in to the physical vessel. For a portion of you, there could be energy issues in this time with you or somebody else, where it's like feeling up, down, up, down, up, down. You might be feeling a little zapped when this energy shows up, but this is a heaviness. So again, like with the fire air combination on the front end, like I said, something could be bubbling. I feel like this could be somebody like really in their feelings. Now, I don't want to say just yet that this is someone that's either stressing out or that this is someone that could be angry, but there is a possibility, especially like if you're feeling tense or somebody has been feeling tense and wound up, this energy could spark. So whether it is someone that's mad, angry, nervous, we're just going to have to look at it further. Now, with the Eight of Swords and the Ten of Wands, it's clearly something weighing on somebody. So whether it is this situation or issue or all the other things I just mentioned, it just feels like segmented in a lot of different places. So in this time, watch out that a lot of small things don't build up to something larger. That's kind of another little warning I'm picking up here. Because to me, it's like lots of small things, and then eventually it turns into a big thing. So let's keep moving. I don't want to just keep driving that message home. It is what it is. Let's keep seeing what we have next. Why is the Temperance card here? Why is Temperance here for my good friends? Thank you. Hermit in reverse under here. Okay. Yeah, so there could be a situation, like I said, like one that could be weighing on you, whether you find it important or serious or whatever we want to label it. When I see the Hermit in reverse under Temperance, it's like, well, I know I should, but I don't want to. Okay, so there could be something where you feel like you should do something about it, but you're stopping yourself, where it's like, do I have to? It's like giving me that kind of vibe, like, why do we got to do this? Or why does this have to happen? It feels like begrudgingly, if that makes sense, or someone doing something begrudgingly, where it's like, I really wish I didn't have to do this, but I'm going to have to. It's like giving me that vibe. So the Hermit is another very spiritual card. You might be connected to a Virgo when this shows up. And it did show up in reverse underneath Temperance. Usually this is a withdrawn, pulled back type of energy. It's serene. It's letting something calm down. So aside from that intuitive message of somebody doing something begrudgingly, when I see it in reverse underneath the Temperance card, again, what I've been saying is that like a lot of little things, lots of little things. So there could be certain things or people that are trying your patience, okay, in this time. And I just can't let go of that message where it feels like little thing, little thing, little thing, little thing. And it's just at some point there's too many little things and then someone becomes furious. Like that's the vibe I'm picking up. Okay, so what it doesn't feel like one big knockdown, drag out type of thing. It feels like an accumulation. So again, whether this is someone that's very high strung or whether it is somebody that's angry, upset, or mad, I'm seeing it here in the energy. But to me, I would say it feels a little volatile to me, but there's this begrudging energy. It's all, I know this is how I should handle it, or I know this is what I should do, but do I have to? It's like, do I have to? Let's keep moving. Let's keep moving over to the Queen of Cups and see what we can find. And we'll do a quick little recap before we get into the shadow. So why is the Queen of Cups here for my Taurus friends? Thank you. Okay. So finding some serenity here. Okay. So whether this is you diffusing something or you finding a way for someone to diffuse you. And I will say this, we have the Seven of Pentacles, which is patient, calm, and it is everything coming back to a baseline. So I feel this going a couple of different ways, my friends, this energy that I'm seeing. For a portion of you, if you have people in your corner that are very good at like giving you perspective or calming you down or just helping bringing you back to baseline, this is a very good thing. Okay, whether this is someone to talk to or just someone that is a calming influence on you, I really like this energy. Seven of Pentacles is patient. Now there is this very concise theme. Half of the cards are like not doing much. So I feel like in this time you either need to stop letting something progress, or just take a step back, take a moment and let something mellow out. To me, it's like our think before you act type of energy. But the Queen of Cups with the Seven of Pentacles does tell me this is something that's either repairable or it's something diffused. Now, when I see diffused energy, that does tell me, like I said, lots of things building up where we could have like an emotional, explosive energy here. But even if that does happen, even if there is some sort of blow up here or an energy emotional overspill, however that presents itself, when I see the Queen of Cups and the Seven of Pentacles, it's things returning back to baseline. So it doesn't feel like something long and drawn out, if that makes sense. Okay. To me, again, it just feels like a lot of little things, which is peculiar. So let's go through and do a quick recap. I like this energy on the back end because that tells me, like, okay, this will calm it down. This will bring it back down. So maybe you're going to help somebody else out. That's very possible. But if you kindly look in the box before we get to the shadow, position number 1, we are starting with the 8 of Swords and the 10 of Wands. Now, I did say this could be concerns over somebody's health and well-being, stressing about health issues, whether even for yourself. That could be in play here. But I did feel like there could be a situation that could be weighing on you, whether it's a serious one or an important one to you. To me, it feels like something's weighing heavy on somebody's shoulders or mind here. And another vibe I was picking up that led over to the next one is things building up slowly, and possible anger here, where somebody's feeling some type of way, angry, upset, or mad. Moving to the center, we have Temperance with the Hermit in reverse. So Sag energy, water sign. We got Virgo, got a whole bunch of stuff showing up here. But to me, this felt like somebody doing something begrudgingly, or just saying, like, do we have to? Like, does this have to be a thing? Isn't there an easier way? Like, I don't know why it was showing up like that. But again, lots of little things that could cause energy to spark off. Moving to the back end, we have the Queen of Cups with the Seven of Pentacles, the energy coming back to baseline. So whether this is a person that is good at calming you down, or this is the energy returning back, I did feel this emotional explosion in the mix with a lot of things building up. But there's no like prolonged issue here. It's something that returns back to baseline rather quickly. So yeah, please take a screenshot if you'd like. I feel like I could keep pulling messages from this, but let's see what's in the shadows. And yes, I always like to pull a shadow card at the very end just to see whether it's something within you or something you don't quite see. Shadow cards don't always have to be a challenge. They could be a good thing. What's in the shadows for Taurus? Oh, and yes, if you made it to this point in the reading, please feel free to check out channel memberships. I'll put a link for it in the comments below. It's a beautiful way to support the channel, and I have much love for all my channel members. Okay, let's get this shadow card out for you. What is happening with Taurus, please? One card, real quick. Nice and easy, nice and smooth. And yeah, there we go. Thank you. 8 of Wands. Okay, so that does tie into a lot of the undercurrent energy that I was picking up. For a lot of you, you might just need to talk to someone or have someone that like you could really vent with and vent to. We have the 8 of Wands. Now, this could be some sort of fiery conversation back and forth, which fits the bill with the things we've been seeing, like the fire and air combo and little things building up. The 8 of Wands is absolutely something that could spark off when we see it. So in the shadows, whether this is a conversation you weren't expecting to have or one that's a little bit fiery, this is possible in the energy this week. But again, I feel like this is more a representation of the things in the undercurrent. Just know in this time, even if this reading wasn't hitting for you at all, just know that within the coming days and weeks, there could be a lot of little things that add up to something bigger. Okay, so just keep that in mind. We're not manifesting it, but it's just a possibility in the energy, especially with this showing up. Okay, so yeah, Taurus, that's what I have for you this week, my beautiful friends. Don't click away just yet, though. I'm going to give the details of the September subscriber surprise. If you would like to book a personal reading with me, you can check out my digital calendar at my website, mastermetaphysics.com. But for the September subscriber surprise, I'm giving away 2 copies of one of my favorite decks of all time, the beautiful Wizard's Tarot. It's gorgeous and it works great. So if you'd like to get your name in for this, it's 2 simple things. As always, my friends, first, you must be subscribed. And second, let me know down in the comments, where would you like to go for your dream vacation? What are you manifesting? Let me know. Let's bring it to fruition. You'll be entered to win. And at the end of the month, the winners will be announced in the community tab. As always, my friends, much love, and I'll see you again.